This video is for anybody who is basically being restored with their spouse and the counterfeit is not in the picture anymore. And, you can see that God is walking y'all down a path of reconciliation and restoration. So one day, and I've told my story before, I've always struggled with insecurity. What if he's going to do it again? Things of that nature. That's something that the enemy would always bring to my mind and fuel my thoughts with such negative patterns of thinking, so that I can respond in a way that tears down what God was trying to actually rebuild. And I remember one night, I felt like my spouse was lying to me. And I was already a little bit irritated because he was not answering the phone when I was reaching out to him. And I ultimately felt like he basically disregarded my feelings at the time. And I remember the Lord spoke to me and told me, Raven, go read 1 Corinthians chapter 4 verse 5. I had never read this scripture before, but 1 Corinthians 4 verse 5 says, therefore judge nothing before the appointed time. Wait until the Lord comes. He will bring to light what is hidden in darkness and will expose the motives of the heart. At that time, each will receive their praise from God. What God was telling me in that scripture was to not think you know something that you really don't know what's going on. He basically was telling me to wait for him to show me instead of actually assuming and accusing. I was in a season of healing, I was in a season of overcoming, the trauma that had went on between us. And God gave me that scripture, and later on that day, we had a conversation that exposed everything in my mind was completely wrong. My trauma, and the enemy was using my trauma against me to cause me to be crazy. I can't tell you how to deal with your trauma because everybody's experience is different. However, what I can tell you is to try your best to not assume things that you really don't know, especially if you are in a season of healing and the other woman isn't there anymore and this person is actually putting in the work to be with you. Just do not assume anything of the past and go to God and ask God to show you, is what you're feeling the truth or is it the enemy? Because it could very well be the devil, just like how he did me. I have written an ebook called The Silent Witness. This ebook literally is helping a plethora of women understand how to overcome an unequally yoked marital relationship or marital covenant. With this ebook, you will get the answered prayer guide at a discounted rate at checkout. This ebook is so good, where it basically walks you through the process on what you need to do, especially if you're a newbie, on how to get God to answer your prayer and even discern false confirmations from the enemy, and to know what if it's God or the devil. All of that can be found in the link in my bio. Love ya.